So here we go. I'm at 105.9 The Region. I'm getting ready to go in and talk to Bond Moms for her exciting new show. Here we go.
From jet setter to fatherhood. This is my life.
Next on the show, we have Joseph Tito, creator of The Dad Diaries and the dad to two beautiful new baby girls.
105.9 The Region.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Joseph. I'm Tina.
Joseph.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello. Hi. Come on in. Where are your babies?
They're
I'm
home.
a mom of twins, so
Oh, are you?
I can totally relate.
Oh, they're home, and then
Yes.
today they were on CTV.
Oh, good. Michael, you have competition over here. Yeah. So how are the babies? Are they growing beautifully
They're
and
growing
all
beautifully.
good?
They're
Are they sleeping through the night?
They, you know, well, every time there's something,
Yes.
Stella gets up. So
Okay.
today at 4 she was up for some reason,
Yeah.
and so she was up from 4 till now.
Yeah.
But no, I'm honestly not complaining. They're sleeping,
Wow.
like even right from birth, they were
I don't
sleeping.
want to talk to you anymore. This conversation is over.
Yeah.
Even 19 years later, I'm still bitter that my children never slept.
I have a lot of messages I'm getting, which is like, oh, are you ever home with the babies? Are you
Okay.
ever? Being a single parent, I also have to work. And so that is important to keep that in mind. That
And are you
know,
entitled to some sort of paternity leave?
I will be.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, right now my girls are still stateless.
Okay. What?
Yeah. So
Oh my gosh.
they haven't even looked at the sponsorship.
Wow. You're listening to 105.9 The Region, and this is Von Moms on Air. I'm Tina Cortez, and my co-host is Patricia Curto.
Welcome, Joseph, to the show.
Thank you, Patricia.
Let's begin by telling our listeners, what is The Dad Diaries all about?
The Dad Diaries is basically is a blog that I created to kind of put out my surrogacy journey to help other, I guess, dads or any parent really that wanted to go through surrogacy. And then that kind of now took off and is now about being a dad and about trying to figure it all out. And so, you know, I ask a lot of questions on there and you know, I have a lot of followers, which I love, and they give me a lot of help.
Yeah.
They're very supportive, yeah, and they give me a lot of help. So anytime I have a question, I just put it up on social media, and I get my answer.
Can we take a step back then for our audience and just tell us a bit about your surrogacy journey?
I've always wanted to be a dad, I guess, but by the time when I always said to myself, by the time I'm 35 came and went, and I was executive producer living in Bahrain, and I was flying all over the place, shooting TV shows. So it kind of came and went, and then I was turning 37, and I said, okay, well, it's either now or never. And so I looked into adoption, and as a single gay male, it's close to impossible. So then I looked into surrogacy, did a bunch of research, then I started the process, and yeah, I went through 5 embryo transfers, so it was a roller coaster, ups and downs, and finally I found out she was pregnant.
With twins?
No, not yet.
Oh, not yet? Okay.
I found out she was pregnant, and I was like, oh my God, and then my whole life literally changed. Everything started happening, the TV show finished, I sold my place in the Middle East, and then 21 days later was when I got the first ultrasound. And I literally was in denial. Like I read twin something, but in my head I was like, twin ovaries. I honestly didn't think
didn't
about
register.
it. I didn't. And then I kept reading and I saw 2 heartbeats. And I said, okay, well maybe they measured it in the morning and at night. I don't know. And then I keep reading and I see twin pregnancy confirmed, and I look down and I see 2 little embryos inside, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna jump off the balcony.
Just for that moment.
Just for that moment.
And then
well,
you come back in.
yeah, I was worried. Like, again, I'm a single dad, so as soon as I found out they were twins, I thought,
Yeah, everything
2
floods in.
universities. The first thing I thought was 2 universities, and I'm like,
Not
okay.
the thousands of diapers and
Not even
formula.
that didn't even like come in yet, because I honestly didn't know anything about babies.
Yes.
So I didn't think about the diapers and the formula and the this and the that, and that all came after. But in my head was financially, if I could handle it financially. And then I thought, you know what, God only gives you what you can handle.
Right.
So,
Love that motto.
yeah.
So the surrogate, sorry, Patricia,
ahead.
the surrogate, where was she?
So the agency was Indian. It was an Indian agency that I chose. India had just passed a law that one of the parents had to be Indian, had to have Indian passport, so I couldn't do it in India. And so this clinic opened up all over the world. And Kenya was the only place where they advertised where single men and same-sex couples can do it. And so that's why I had chosen Kenya at the time. And then I learned that it's not the case. But we'll get into that
That's a
later.
different story.
But yeah, so the surrogate, the egg donor is not Kenyan. She was Indian. I chose an Indian egg. And then that got shipped to Kenya, and I went down to Kenya last November to deposit. And then, yeah.
And the pregnancy went well.
The pregnancy went well, yeah, finally, after she got pregnant, after the 5th time. It went well. She was, when I was in Kenya, I got to Kenya, I think it was 10 days before the birth, and they actually pushed it up a day, which that got me kind of worried, but they said no because they were scared she was going to go into labor. So, but she was, when I met her, like I was like, where are the
Where's
twins?
the babies?
Like, where are the babies? You're so skinny. But yeah, no, they were healthy. The babies were healthy. Mia and Stella. Mia weighing 4 pounds and Stella 5 pounds.
They were born November 30th.
November 30th.
Congratulations.
2015. Thank you.
And then so the babies are born. Everything's good. Then we had another hiccup.
Well, we hit many
Yes.
hiccups. So a week before we were leaving for Kenya, the agency contacted me and said to me, you have to bring a female companion with you, not my mom, someone that looked like my partner. And so...
And I would have gone, honestly. I really would have gone. Nobody had a friend.
And so, yeah, a girlfriend of mine from Bahrain came down. Then that was to get them out of the hospital. So to see that they were going to a family. Then the birth certificates happened, the whole situation, and my name is still not on the birth certificates. Originally, they only put their name, so Mia and Stella, and I fought for a week and a half and more court orders to at least get the last name put on, so at least my last name is on the birth certificate. Then there was the court order to get all the rights, for the surrogate to release all her rights. That went relatively well. Only 12 hours at the courts. Only 12 hours.
You were
That
there
was
with your mom, right?
I was there with my
Yeah,
mom
she
in
was there to
Kenya.
help you.
Thank God.
Yep.
I don't know what I would have done if my mom wasn't
Yeah,
with
God
me.
bless, yeah.
And nothing. Once all the paperwork was done in Mombasa, I was really excited. So 3 weeks before we left, I went to the Canadian Embassy in Nairobi and did all the paperwork, paid the fees, did their passport, did their citizenship, and their urgent passport. So I had to book a return flight home. Everything was okay. Then literally 2 days before we were leaving from Nairobi, and so we were in Mombasa, my mom's like, I think we need to go to the embassy and just actually be there with the baby. So they give us the passports. Like, so we didn't hear anything. So we got there, we left at 2 in the morning, got there at 5 in the morning, got in a taxi with 2 babies, got to the embassy. 3 hours later, they come out and they're like, oh, we can't give you your passports because the girls are not Canadian. Yesterday, I just couldn't deal with anything anymore. I went to the Canadian embassy, and basically, since I'm second generation Canadian, they're not giving citizenship to my girls, therefore I can't get their passport or travel document, which means I can't leave here.
And we were watching all of this like live on his Instagram stories the whole time. He was honest with us and he was showing us, you know, the struggles. As beautiful as the babies were to have, it was a hard time there, like where he was living, what he was doing with the kids, all of this.
If any of you are in the media or in Canada or work for the Canadian government and can help in any way, shape, or form to get my story out there, I don't know what to do.
You didn't end up coming home until?
12 days after we were supposed to come home. So if I wasn't on social media and if the media didn't take over the story, I would still be in Kenya.
I'm gonna have like a serious moment here with you. A very close friend of mine who I've talked about previously, Joseph, is currently still stuck in Kenya.
He just found out this week he cannot come home. I don't know who to contact. I don't know what to do.
We really need to get them home. They can't be there for another 6 to 12 months.
My mom says that all the time. If you weren't on social media, we'd still be there. Like, thank God for social media. This is a time when social media really, you see the positive.
Yeah, exactly.
I had all my influencer friends, including Patricia, that, just put it out there.
We did everything, yeah.
Yeah, I got the MPs on board, and
we just need him home. We just want him home.
So here you are, you're back home. 2 beautiful daughters.
How are the girls doing?
The girls are amazing. The girls are amazing. The day we got home, I fed them, bathed them, fed them, put them in their own cribs. And in that moment, I started crying. Oh. But besides that, they slept for like almost 5 hours.
Wow.
They knew it. Yeah. They knew they were home. They knew I guess they also sensed it from me and my mom.
Yeah.
But they've been growing beautifully. They're almost 3 months now.
Gaining weight?
A lot of weight.
Hitting all those milestones.
Hitting all the milestones. In fact, the doctors because they were 5 weeks early. Mm-hmm. So the doctor was like, are you sure they're preemie? Because like they put me on her stomach and she was like doing push-ups. Wow. It was amazing.
So having been a father for 3 months now, what is the one piece of advice you would offer to new parents?
Oh, God.
Because you know it all now, don't you?
I don't know it all at all. I'm learning as I go.
Exactly.
Every day is
and that's the key right there,
is new. I think it's just be open to whatever happens. And just know that being a new parent is overwhelming, no matter where you are. Like, luckily, if you're lucky enough to have a baby and come home right away, and just be prepared for everything. And don't listen to what people say. Don't read too much into things because every single baby is different. Like I have 2 and they had the same placenta, but they are completely different. One thing works for one thing doesn't. So it's trial and error. First of all, I want to say self-care is so important as a new parent. Yep. You have to worry about you, because if you're not taking care of you, who's taking care of your kids?
Right. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Good interview.
Good.
Very good. When you said take care of you, I remember my first doctor's visit, and the doctor said, the twins are fine, but you're a mess. Like he honestly, she looked at me and she said, yeah, you're a mess. And it's like, yeah, it's true, because I didn't sleep and I didn't shower, and I just thought, yeah, I have to take care of that.
We need to come up with the Dad Diary onesie.
I know, something.
We have to think of something.
Branding. It's all about branding.
It's the new parent onesie or something, right?
So I am here at Locale. It's one of my favorite restaurants, actually in Toronto. I want to have my girls' baptism here, so let's go check them out. Waiting for Daniela, my event planner, and my dad's here as well to get his opinion. Let's go check it out. This is Daniela. She'll be planning everything.
Yes, I will be. I can't wait. It's so exciting.
Hi. How are you? I'm Grace.
Daniela, nice to meet you.
The hot seat. You got the hot seat.
Right here, right in between.
That's it. Okay.
Did you find out from the church the time? So baptism's at 1.
Okay.
And usually it's about half an hour.
So the way we like to do things is once all your guests arrive, they're going to be, congratulating you. You've got quite a few guests coming in, so it'll be a bit of a wait for everybody to start coming in as well. What I like to do is pick maybe a feature drink in honor of the girls.
The Tito twins.
There you go.
The Tito twins.
I think it'd be beautiful.
Tito twins.
We'll come up with like maybe a feature drink, a certain color that when your guests are coming in, that's what we'll be serving them right away. After the mingling, we always, with a large group that you're having, it's going to take at least 30 to 40 minutes by the time everybody has been seated. right? Yeah. 30, 40 minutes, easy, exactly, by the time everyone has been seated. What we'll do is go through the menu, and then I will let you know how it works throughout the day and what we're gonna do. My idea was going to be, I'd love to do some antipasto sharing boards with the salumi, the formaggi, the grilled vegetables, the pickled vegetables. Once we see that, you know, people start to sit back and they've had enough antipastos, when we'll start clearing and taking all of the dishes away. We can accommodate whatever your needs are. So if you say to me, Grace, I've got a vegan guest, I've got a gluten-free, I've got a vegetarian, you're gonna let me know beforehand. I will make sure there is something ready for them. I have to throw this in. I get this all the time. So bridal showers, right? I get a mother that's like, you all know, Grace, these young girls, they don't drink. No. Okay. The first 6 ladies that are walking in, they're like, can I get a vodka martini dry? I'm gonna get a chocolate. It's hilarious. So the mothers come up to me.
Oh yeah, they do, for sure.
Money is spent in alcohol because it's different. It is a little bit different. So why don't we take a walk around?
Yeah.
That's okay with you guys, so I can show you what we'd like to do. There's 2 ways I can do this. Danielle is absolutely right. We do normally use this as a sweet table or sweet table section.
What I was thinking was putting your immediate family in
That's
here
what I was thinking
with the
too.
cake.
That's right. Oh.
If we sit in there with Nando and like, you know what I mean?
The
Just us.
godparents, and then your cake station here. I think that would be nice because at least you're not picking a side. You're in your own little.
I can agree, but I can disagree, Daniela.
Okay,
To me,
so you tell me because you've been here more.
Should be right there. Who's having the party is here because he should be in the midst of all his guests. He should be here so everybody is able to actually
get to the girls.
Get to the girls, see Joseph. So for him to be tucked over there and now all these people are here, these people don't get to see anything. My opinion, once again.
It doesn't really matter. Well, I know, like we think that it is, but when the time comes and they sit down.
Yeah.
I just felt that in that corner there, you know, to have them there with the cake, at least everything's there.
Daniela, whatever you then decide to do
what do you
is
think?
up to you.
I want to be here, or do you want to be there, or do you want to be on that side?
I don't know. I don't really care.
It's just a suggestion that I'm making. For me, I think it's important that the host
should be better because you know you're in the middle of everybody.
This is your parties for the girls, right? To put you in a corner.
But then don't forget, also the girls are gonna need like the
more
care,
space and all.
space.
Yeah, and that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. Let's say we do the 12 or the 14 there, okay? Then we have the 38 here, so you're at 48, 52. See, at 60, you still need that section.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say to you guys, sorry. So Joseph, so see here, you're gonna still need this.
Yeah.
For seating. I don't want to have to squish everybody. What I like to do when we use the whole restaurant, and Daniela, correct me if I'm wrong, I get rid of all the bar stools. This is also a beautiful place to do your dessert.
I heard you're in the industry, or you were in the industry. A hall? Banquet hall?
The very, very first one I had a brewer partners.
Really?
1967.
Wow. Wow.
Then I had
one of the
Wilson.
first pioneers.
Yeah, you know what? This and this is beautiful here too.
That we still have to decide on. If we're gonna do assigned seating, or if we're gonna do home style, and you go. But now the way that we see this layout, I think
you have to do
seating.
I big group, 60 people. You have to do seating.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me know if there's anything, any contacts that I have that you may want.
Okay,
I'll let them know what this is for, and I'm sure they'll be on board.
Perfect. Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I gotta go feed my girls. Winner of the St. Anne Spa giveaway is Deanna from Creative Designs. Congratulations, you have a day at the spa. Use it well. And if you want to enter this week's giveaway, it is $100 at Locale, King City, or Aurora actually. So comment below and enter to win.